What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Thirsty Thursday, August 29th, 2024, leading up to the end of the month, which is Buckeye Game Day. So I appreciate everybody taking the ride with us, with me on this show. We will be back, Friday afternoon, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll get you all geared up for the Akron game versus the Zippers. And Sunday night, me, Jeff, and Sean will be back. Hopefully, you'll join us. I know it's a holiday weekend, but what else do you have to do? Sit around, have some drinks, hop in the chat. Give us your 2 cents. So we appreciate all the comments. As always, please like and subscribe on the video. Podcast listeners, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please let me know if you're having a problem. Nobody's responded yet, so I assume everything's hunky-dory. So please leave a 5-star review on the podcast. And, of course, all your comments and things on YouTube really help grow the channel. So today we're talking about Jim Knowles' press conference from the other day. He's been very grumpy lately in his press conferences, like very straight-laced, like not even a smile hardly. I don't know what he's pissed off about, but maybe the defense is not up to his high standards. I don't know. Seems unlikely, but whatever. We're going to get into everything he had to say, and then I'm going to kind of decode what he said. I call it decoding Knowles. We could call it Knowles knowledge. Also sounds like I'm talking about Florida State, though, when I say Knowles. But anyways, so I'm going to kind of read through his BS and his fancy words and stuff and give you exactly what he means. So, and don't forget, we're back in the swing of our game week prep. So Thursdays are Jim Knowles press conferences. Fridays are your 5 keys to a Buckeye victory. And well, my 5 keys, I'll say. I don't know what yours are. Mine might be the same as yours. I don't know. Anyways, so this is like the pattern we're going to follow, just like last year and the year before. And then Saturday, I'll put out maybe late Friday night or Saturday morning. I'll do the best bets that I have money on. I can show you my tickets if you'd like. And then Sunday will be your instant reaction show. Sunday night, me, Jeff, and Sean will get instant reaction and then get prepped for week 2. Mondays will be, what do we do Mondays? I always forget. Offense grades and stats, and then my grades. Tuesdays, defensive grades and stats, and then my grades. And Wednesdays, Ryan Day press conference. Thursday, Jim Knowles, and we start the cycle all over. So that's what you're looking at. Just want to get you prepped up so you know what to expect. So let's start off with question number 1 for Jim Knowles. He said, so the question was, what has you most excited about this defense this season? He says the ability to play fast, because when you know what to do, it allows you to play faster. Very straightforward there. Not a lot of deciphering needed, but decoding Knowles, I would say guys will be flying around. Look for that. I would expect to see that, especially week 1. These guys on both sides of the ball are tired of hitting each other, right? So you're going to see on defense silver bullets flying around, and mistakes don't really matter this week. It gives you some tape to work on, corrections to be made going forward, but a couple of mental errors by a few players this week, not the end of the freaking world. All right. Now, don't confuse that to mean that everybody doesn't expect a shutout, because they do, and I do, especially. I come first. That's what she said. Anyway, so the expectations are still the same, but it's best to make those mistakes now, get them cleaned up, going forward. Anyway, next up, he talked about Cody Simon. Says he's very conscientious. He's a team guy. He does whatever it takes. He has no ego. He's done a little bit of everything, and you can always count on him. So decoding Knowles, that's why he's the middle linebacker, the QB of the defense. He gets everyone in the correct positions. So again, Cody Simon, he's done more than enough for this program. A lot of guys would have transferred out after getting benched in 2022. He played in 2021 with a torn labrum, sat out the Rose Bowl with surgery on that labrum. Then Tommy Eichenberg started in 2022 and 2023. Most guys would have left. They would have transferred out, especially with the portal, as easy access as it is. No, he stuck it out. He's coming back for his fifth year. And again, he is the quarterback of the defense, and Jim Knowles has every faith, all the faith in Cody. Next item up, the safety depth. That was one of the concerns back in spring, really. We talked about it, and summer and fall camp, we discussed it. So on the safety depth, are you more willing to put younger guys out there because there could be a veteran guy next to them? So, say you have Caleb Downs out there at safety, and you want to take Lathan Ransom off the field for a snap or two to get him a break. Do you put a young guy in there next to Downs? Does that make you feel better? Um, Jim Knowles said, in key situations, you want your best guy. When you have a clear divide between the first group and the second group, you're going to have the first group in during key situations. You'll then continue to build the next group, the second layer, So decoding Knowles, I would say he means this week you'll see a lot of safeties. Not in the big games, though. Not in key situations, in the red zone against a matchup opponent. But in this case, this week against Akron, you will see a lot of safeties. Next up, he talked about recruiting Caleb Downs out of the portal. This was interesting and kind of somewhat insightful. He said, I just knew he had to be on point. It's like a job interview. It's like a game day. His job was to explain his defense in detail, Knowles said. It was a lot like his job interview at Oklahoma State. So what he means by that is he wanted the best of the best in his defense. Caleb Downs was hands down that easily. Downs has the top football mind in the country as a defensive player. Multiple coaches have said that, and he's shown it on the field. And again, like Knowles said, he went down there, he said he packed up his laptop, opened the laptop. 3 hours later, closed the laptop and went home. So he said he got kind of grilled, which is good. I mean, Caleb Downs knows defense. His dad played in the NFL, so I'm sure there was no shortage of questions and exactly detailed answers by Jim Knowles. So I thought that was interesting. Next up, any concern that this non-conference schedule won't challenge you? He says you can't be concerned with that. I'll challenge them, the players, he means. So decoding Knowles, I say he means nameless, faceless opponent, zips or no zips. If you want to keep your job, you better do your job regardless of the opponent. That's what I read into that. So, CJ Hicks is considered a one, like Cody Simon was last year behind Tommy. He can play at any point. Jim Knowles said Sonny Styles could play Mike and Cody could take a rest. All three of those guys are ones in Jim Knowles' eyes. So they're all equal. Cody, Sonny, and CJ. So Styles has shown them that he can handle anything at linebacker that they throw at him. He's coachable. He gets it the first time you tell him. That's rare in football players, especially on defense. And it's pretty straightforward what Jim Knowles meant on this one, too. I mean, we're trying to keep CJ involved by saying he's a one. That's how I read that. But Sonny is the starter. Sonny's going to go out there first play on defense at the will. So, but they're trying to keep CJ mentally in the game, not worrying about snaps and things like that. So, a couple more here. The defense has to prove itself every week. He said, Jim Knowles said, statistically, they played okay last year, but they didn't win every game. And they understand that challenge. And what Jim Knowles means by that is that's how I keep them motivated. I challenge them. to prove themselves every week. Again, going back to the nameless, faceless opponent. Um, Next question: how do you prepare for offenses getting tricky with the helmet communication? Meaning, the offense can not line up until the headsets shut off at 15 seconds left on the play clock, so they can wait on the play clock till 15 seconds, headsets go off, and then the offense will line up, and you're going to have to signal in, most likely signal in from the sidelines, your adjustments to the defense. Obviously, you can match personnel just by seeing who comes on and off the field for the offense, and the defense can adjust accordingly. But by calling, you can't call a defense until they line up, right? So, Jim Knowles said that when you teach, you prepare your players to have to do everything themselves. So you better know the defense. What he means by that is the players have to be smart and know what they're doing on every single play, and they got to stay mentally engaged. You can't take a break, one snap. Last one here. Will year 3 be your best at Ohio State? And what's the biggest difference for you this year? He said they're working with veterans who are also extremely talented. You have to expect the best and chase perfection. So my quick answer to the question: Will year 3 be your best at Ohio State? Yes, that's what he. In a lot more words, I will cut it down to one. Yes, year 3 will be his best at Ohio State. So that's Jim Knowles, at least the way I read him. Tomorrow I'll have your 5 keys to a Buckeye victory. And let me know in the comments if you agree, disagree, whatever. All the comments help. And we appreciate you. We'll talk to you later. Go Bucks.